My name is Henry Platt. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am receiving the JQ Trailblazer Award, which is really exciting. I work in the music industry. I currently live in New York. I grew up in a very, very tight-knit family, very tight-knit community in Los Angeles, very involved in the Jewish community from an early age. I went to Jewish day school at Sinai, went to Jewish sleepaway camp at Camp Vermont, California. My mom, Julie, is incredibly involved in Jewish nonprofit work and Jewish philanthropy. We were born and raised with the understanding and the call to action for Jewish community building and Jewish intersectionality with other facets of our identities. I first sort of discovered my queerness when I was, let's say, 7th or 8th grade. And I was in a pretty unique situation because my older brother also happens to be queer. And so I had sort of seen what it was like for him to come to terms with his identity and see how that, resonated in my family. And I feel very grateful that I have him as a resource as I've gotten older, as the political landscape has complicated. It's become crucial to me to understand how my Jewish identity and my queer identity interact, to find other people for whom they share that commonality and they share that intersectionality. And so my first year out of college, while I was in New York, I was actually on the board of JQ. I went through a very difficult and severe mental health challenge my freshman year of college. Ever since then, I've been trying to both be as honest and open about my experience as possible and also encourage others to do the same. And so it's become evident, as if it wasn't before, just how vital the services and the offerings that JQ provides are to the community. As hate and ignorance continues to rise, the response needs to be an emphasis on coexistence, on love, on unity, and so much of that comes from intersectionality and from finding space and community with other individuals who share identities and share value systems. It helps me to zoom out and to look at opportunities to give back. I always think of tzedakah as a Jewish value that I cling to when my life or my experience feels really overwhelming, whether it be a simple volunteer exercise or giving money to an organization or handing out a meal on the street to someone who looks like they need it. I think the Jewish value of tzedakah is one that is a really grounding force in my life. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to combat anti-Semitism. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to combat anti-LGBTQ plus hatred, to change the conversation around mental health, mental wellness. Being able to identify it and to know it is so affirming. And I feel called to continue to do work on community organizing level, on an interpersonal level, in whatever way it looks like. That feels the most empowering to me. I just could not be a bigger fan of the work that JQ does. And I hope that I can pay it forward in big and small ways. And I want to stay involved with JQ for as long as possible.